What's up? Welcome back. This is 14 years later, and I'm Jeffrey, and I think I'm dehydrated and tired and possibly somewhat sleepy. Last night, or like really early in the morning, depending on how you look at the situation and the time, I got up and I wanted to go do some sprinting, to work on acceleration a bit. Maybe like 12 repetitions or so of sprinting at the park. It's like in a different congressional district than I live in, but not really too far, kind of close, not too far. And then I went there and I tried to run, and there was like nothing in my legs because I've been like really, really poor with exercising for many years, as I've stated in different videos. But there was like nothing in my legs. This was the second instance I was attempting to do some sprinting. I had done 8 repetitions pretty well, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, 2 or 3 nights ago. And I got like those 8 repetitions, and my acceleration was okay for someone who weighs like 315 pounds, like around 142 kilograms. My acceleration was pretty good. I could like burn in running like most humans, definitely most humans, like over 50%. And I'm not sure what percentage could outrun me, but like I said, I'm really heavy and I haven't been training, haven't been exercising, haven't been doing much. And I've been, sorry, I just have to stop scratching my back and start like stretching my back and lower back and everything. But I've been working on legs because my feet, my ankles, my legs, the different muscles in my legs, my hips, my abdominals. It's not only I have like over 40% body fat, like 43% as the number, I think, based on what my scale shows, the scale behind me, which I connect by Bluetooth to my telephone I've done it like twice, I think, and I've taken a picture, but so it's not only the body fat and the weight, it's also my legs have like atrophied, as has my upper body. But if you've seen the different videos I have, my upper body is like somewhat tiny little bit capable of like moving weight, like even like the pull-ups at 315 pounds or so. I think I was a little less, like around 142 kilograms. I could like hold the bar and like pull like a little bit down, a little bit up. But with my legs, there's like nothing. And worse than my legs are my lower back, or is my lower back. I just don't have much in them. And actually it's been like about like a week or two in which I have some more power in my legs, some more strength in my legs, some more capability overall. I'm more able with everything like sort of like lower back and down to the ground. And I'm not just talking about like squats and lunges and calf raises. I'm also talking like basic standing, walking, jogging, running. But it's really fun to do leg training because like even standing and walking, especially if you weigh many pounds, many kilograms, like I've stated like several times, I'm repeating so many times, but like I'm basically around like 315 pounds or like 142 kilograms. So if I even stand and walk for like 12 hours in a row, it's like the legs build up a lot. Like it doesn't happen immediately, but because I've been doing walking for I would say maybe 2 or 3 years or something of the sort. Increasingly, I'll walk behind me. You can see behind me there's like a door there. Like an opening is what I mean. And I walk all the way down and I walk back and I just walk back and forth to get my walking in, and I don't even have to go outside. I'm lucky I have a house. I live in a location in USA which has bigger houses. Usually they're not really great quality. They're built on wood disproportionately, but not all of them. Some of them are built with brick, but they're cheaper houses compared to much of USA, but at least they're spacious, So I've been doing a lot of walking for 2-3 years, and increasingly. And when I went to the Philippines and Vietnam, I was walking so much in Makati, in the sort of in the Metro Manila area, a city in the Metro Manila area, I would be walking so much for my weight, and sort of like nonstop, because I didn't want to stop on the street and like sit down or anything. So I'd be walking so much, my feet would get blistered, my legs would sort of get a little tired, not too much, but really it was in the feet where the problem was, and in my toes. But like I was doing like a bunch of walking, and then when I went to Vietnam, if you haven't seen the Vietnam video on the channel, there's a Vietnam video about me going to Ho Chi Minh City, and how like amazing Ho Chi Minh City was and how exhilarating I think Vietnam is. But I literally, like about 30 minutes after I arrived at the airport in Ho Chi Minh City, I forget the name of the airport, and I think airport in Vietnamese is San Bay, if I remember correctly. But my pronunciation is really bad. It might be San Bay or something of the sort. I haven't really studied too much Vietnamese, like a very, very, very tiny amount of Vietnamese on Duolingo. But yeah, so Toi La Jeffrey, I hope I said this correctly. Anyways, so I walked within 30 minutes of arriving from the Philippines to Vietnam. I walked from the airport in Ho Chi Minh City, the international airport, all the way, and you can see this in the video. I didn't like record the entire time, but I would stop and record and then stop and record. I walked like with like no, I did like stop a little bit, but I don't think I even sat down once. But I did stop to get like to buy some water and stuff like this. And there was like, I was lucky. I was close to, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think I even went to a Western Union, like honestly, in Ho Chi Minh City, and I got some cash, and then I bought some like 2 bottles of water. But I had to walk like a little bit slow also because I was wearing sandals, and like in Asia, I guess this is like an Asian thing. They throw like water on the like the sort of like tile sidewalk thing, and like my sandals are terrible. They just make me like slip. I almost fall and like on my face basically, and like break my nose or something, like blood coming out sort of scenario. Like I barely am standing when I'm in Asia and I'm trying to walk. So I always have to look at the ground. But I walked from the airport to like within like half a mile of, not even half a mile, like a quarter mile of Ben Thanh Market. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. So I was like right behind Bui Vien walking street. And I walked there like directly from the airport after I had arrived, and I hadn't really slept. Like I had barely slept overnight. It was an overnight flight. So like I got like the worst blisters, and in the past my toe has started, the skin, the meat on my toe has started to come apart when I was like 363 pounds, which I think is like 100, is it? Okay, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but 363 pounds is my maximum weight. And I was like, I think, so that's an additional 45 or so pounds. I think I was like 162 kilograms, 163 kilograms. You can check if you'd like. But I walked so much one day, I think like 8 hours, the skin on my like pinky toe came apart. And I kept going to these like, like 24-hour emergency type places outside of the hospitals, the major hospitals, like the urgent care. And eventually an individual in the urgent care put some like glue, which glued my toe together, and I was off my feet for like, I guess like a week or 2, I don't remember. But because I didn't want to make it worse. But so this sort of thing happened after I went to Vietnam, and like, not to be gross, but I was like popping blisters, and I was like just trying to like smash the blister, and I was trying to get like pins to like pop the blisters in the Philippines and in Vietnam. And the bottom of my feet got like really messed up, but I'm not sure. I think my feet have gotten much stronger in the past couple of months, especially. But I remember seeing like in Muay Thai how humans like they kick with their shin, and eventually I guess like the body just gets used to. I don't know if it's like the nerves, the nuclei, the cells, what it is, but they kick like it was like in a movie. Like they kick like a wall, or they kick like human bodies like with their like I guess it's their shin. But they get like really strong, and I guess it doesn't hurt them when they do the sort of thing that they're doing. So I'm building up my feet. I'm hoping to build up my ankles. sorry, excuse me, where I live, sorry, I absorb, like, I eat and drink a lot. And it was on purpose, but that's a different story. Anyways, so when I say eat or drink, I mean, I eat and drink, I mean, like, just like a lot of restaurant food and like junk food. And I drink a lot of bad things, but I drink a lot of water also, like many, many gallons of water, like super high number of liters of water. And I drink like milk-based goods too. So yeah, so my feet I'm building up, especially the bottom of the feet, like the skin and everything, because I walk on tile. If you can see behind me, like there, sorry, I don't mean to point, but like there, it's like tile. And I didn't even used to wear socks, and I don't wear sandals indoors. And like my feet would be in like tremendous pain. I guess it's like the nerves in the bottom of the feet would be like killing me. And it would like, the pain would like rise up into my stomach and chest. And I would feel like I'm just gonna like choke or like vomit or something. Like I would get nauseous. But I've been wearing socks recently, and that helps like a lot. This helps like a lot. My father and mother were mentioning to wear socks, or like especially sandals, but I don't want to wear sandals. I don't want footwear, but so I guess socks are a type of footwear, but still. So like I wear socks, and like the nerve pain is a lot less. And my legs have been getting a little bit built up they're building up compared to earlier, but like the ankles, I'm having trouble developing too much because like for whatever reason, I know how to like develop jumping. I have like some experience with like squat jump type things, like plyometrics, just on the ground, like bunny hops, but like frog leaps, whatever you call them. But I never really got too into the real secret for going higher with jumping, which is calf raises. Like a lot of calf raises, especially if you can get to do them single leg and to failure as much as possible, like over and over again, like until you're in severe pain. But I want to train like calf raises a little bit, and I'm not ready really for like squat jumps at the moment. But I want to train the calf raises, but like I got this like law enforcement trouble where they start stalking me, like no lie. Okay, like call me paranoid, whatever you want. But they start stalking me whenever I start doing calf raises again. And the standing helps, the standing, walking, jogging, running helps with jumping as well, though not as much as the squat jumps, I think for like horizontal distances, and then the calf raises for vertical. But there's that, and then they talk about like building up like the lunges and things like that, like the hamstrings, the sort of the opposite side of the quadriceps, and things like that. But a lot of this comes through the ankles, of course through the feet, but also through the ankles. And then you have like the various muscles, the major muscle groups in the legs, and obviously your lower back and abdominals. And then, anyone who understands what they're talking about, they're going to want you to, if you're capable, to build up your upper body also, because upper body helps a lot to help like when you, like especially if you jump like 2 foot, you do 2 feet jumping, because I never really learned like single foot jumping, like a lot of basketball players do. I just learned how to like run forward and jump with 2 feet. And I think single foot is like supposedly easier, but I don't know. It's never been easy for me. And I've never done athletics. So the closest I've come to athletics is like running the mile, like really poorly, like extremely poorly in middle school, like a single instance in track and field. But when I got older, I learned better what to do with like basketball and rugby and like plyometrics, and then later bodybuilding, stuff like this. Anyways, so building the legs, I wish I could find a way to do, how like humans do their, humans as I am also, of course, 100% human. So they do their like 8-hour shift standing at work in some instances. I'm not talking about like those like stronger guys who like put like sacks of like whatever it is, like food products or whatever, or like dry cement goods, like on their back like all day and then move them. I'm talking about like, someone who works at like a store and they stand for 8 hours or so with like a break probably, or like up to 10 hours. I think I'm getting better to the point, because for me, walking is much easier than standing. Standing is still a little difficult for me. And I'm gonna be losing weight, but, and losing body fat. But it's nice to take advantage of being heavier weight when you want to build up your legs, because it's like having a weight vest on, like a really heavy weight vest. and I want to see if I can even stay awake and do this, but if I can stand for like 21 hours in a row, like stand or walk. And I would probably avoid jogging those days early on and running. But like if I can get 21 hours in a row without getting tired, and I guess just only restroom breaks, and eventually if I could even eat and drink liquid standing, this would be really great. So yeah, I just want to build up my, you could say lower body. Yeah, that's the goal. And this has been a somewhat long-winded, but pretty accurate, I would say, explanation of the different body parts I'm trying to work on at the moment, in terms of, strength, acceleration, like momentum, standing, walking, jogging, running, the muscles like hamstrings, quadriceps, calves, for instance, the joints like the ankles. Of course, I forgot the knees. The knees are very important too. I've had trouble in the past with the knees, but when I was in like high school and I weighed 190 pounds, which I think is like 86 kilograms, I could be way off. And like when I was graduating, I weighed 86 kilograms at like just under 6'2". And I could squat 315, which is my body weight approximately now, repeatedly. But I wasn't going like all the way down like I was supposed to. But I could do like 142 kilograms, 315 pounds. Like maybe I think like eight repetitions without getting too tired. But like I said, I didn't understand then properly to go like as deep as you can with the squat. But now I like, if I do like even 135 pounds, if I do like 15 repetitions in a set and then like 10 repetitions in a set barely, and then like 8 repetitions, I like my lower back gets such like, I don't know what it is, like sciatic nerve, whatever it is, but I get like extreme pain, like really bad pain, and I can't even walk. Like I pull a muscle so bad in my lower back. And I'm just trying to build up my lower body to see if I can get back to the leg training also. But I bring up the knees because when I used to do the squats in high school, I think it was my right knee would swell up in some instances really, really bad. And then I guess where this like walking, jogging, running, jumping, and trying to like dunk a basketball like repeatedly, I got less than 10 dunks in my life. But so I think this ended when I didn't tie my shoes really well, and I believe I was still 17 years age. I was like right almost about to be 18, like within less than a month, under a month. But I didn't tie my shoes, and I was running back and forth between the basketball hoops and trying to do layups and run back to the opposite basketball hoop. And I jumped up to do a layup, and I felt like my ankle, instead of my foot being like this, I felt like this. And I twisted my ankle like really bad, and I didn't have to get a cast, but I had to get a splint, which is almost like a cast, but it's just like, it's like hard like a cast, but I guess a cast covers the entire like 360. The splint covers like 2 sides, and it's like really hard and made to match your leg. And I still had to use the crutches to move around, but I twisted my ankle like really, really bad. It took, I think like, when was I walking? So like my birthday, and then, let me think 1 second. I think it took like 3 months for me to get back to my left ankle allowing me to walk. So it wasn't broken. It wasn't like, I think it wasn't broken, it wasn't fractured, but it was like 3 months of like a splint and crutches. And then I never, basically never did any like running or jumping or whatever for the most part. Like I could count on my fingers since then, and this was like when I was like almost 18, and I'm in my late 30s now. So just trying to build. I did some like lower body work when I started doing bodybuilding at the end of university, or like in university, but when I learned basic bodybuilding. But I never really did the like more athletic stuff, and I've been wanting to start, but like I got shot at, by a couple of different, or like a few different, or whatever it is, groups because of where I live, or like individuals, thugs and I guess gangsters or whatever. I'm not sure, but so I did this like 10 years ago, sort of, or like something like that. like 7 years ago, and then that happened, and then my mother got cancer, so I just stopped for like a while. Now, just trying to build up my legs slowly in the house. And yeah, I'll give you an update. I wanted to eventually do the squats to failure, but I feel like I should just work on the standing and the walking for a little while longer. And then during when I do the squats, you can enjoy me in extreme pain from doing like, I don't know, like 40 to 60 squats in like a single set, like body weight squats in a single set, which isn't too much, but it's like painful for me. Lower body is usually, I think, painful, especially for like males, or like maybe it's possibly painful for women also, but women are just like more, they like try to work through the pain because they want the results with the lower body a lot more, and males just want like the athletic ability or the strength or whatever it is. But anyways, so yeah, trying to build up my legs, trying to build them up quickly, but still like with some more mind than I used to in the past. Talk to you all later. Bye. It's like an earthquake.